Of course, as this country is awash in arguments about the effects of COVID, Republicans on the House Foreign Affairs Committee put out a report about its potential origins, where this whole disease, where this pandemic came from. I want to read part of that quote for you. Researchers at the WIV, that's the Wuhan Institute of Virology, officials within the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, and potentially American citizens directly engaged in efforts to obfuscate information related to the origins of the virus and to suppress public debate of a possible lab leak. It is incumbent on these parties to respond to the issues raised herein and provide clarity and any exonerating evidence as soon as possible. Until that time, it must be assumed that General Secretary Xi and the Chinese Communist Party prioritizes preserving the party over the lives of its own people and those around the globe suffering the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Is this partly because then President Trump was suggesting that the virus was made in a lab, and there are a lot of people around the world who just want to disagree with then President Trump?
Well, I think that explains the media's reaction and why many in the media, particularly the New York Times, which spiked an investigation into the origin, were acting effectively as useful idiots for the Chinese Communist Party. But there's really two key takeaways from this important report from Representative McCaul. The first is that it suggests the outbreak happened months earlier than the CCP and the WHO have suggested, as early as late August. And this is important because the CCP took its main public virus database offline on September 12th for no good reason, suggesting a cover-up. And then in October, Wuhan hosted the World Military Games. So you had thousands of athletes from all over the world coming to Wuhan for what was potentially the first super spreader event, and then going back to all their home countries, which suggests that the CCP has engaged in a systematic cover-up ever since. We lost critical time in November, December, and we lost millions of lives as a result. The second thing is the role that some of our public health officials, particularly Peter Daszak, the head of EcoHealth Alliance, who took millions of dollars from Dr. Fauci and the federal government to do cooperative research in Wuhan, making natural viruses more pathogenic. This report outlines his role and the extent to which he was acting as the face of the CCP's propaganda push to silence dissent on the origins of COVID-19. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Right. So many investigations yet to be done. Congressman Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin. Congressman, thank you.
Thank you.